Good morning. Welcome to First Local on this fine Baby Friday, Thursday, May the 20th. It's payday. It's baby bonus day. It's Freshie Day. We're getting Freshie for lunch day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are. So proclaimed. Today is Freshie Day. It's also like National Save a Dog Day or something.
Rescue dog, yeah.
Thank you.
So, if you've ever rescued a dog or if you feel moved to rescue a dog, today is the day to do it. We are recognizing, I'm not sure if we're recognizing rescue dogs or the people who rescue them. Certainly dogs.
Maybe both. Why don't we say both?
Well, and you try to understand, what would be involved in a dog being abused or being abandoned, because dogs really are so much better than people on so many levels and for so many reasons. So
They are.
So just recognizing that dogs get rescued and need rescuing from time to time. So
Well, my dog recently passed away in March.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked about it much because it's not an easy thing to talk about. After 14 years, little Sammy had passed away, but now my little guy is bugging me to get another dog, and I said, okay, maybe in the summer, maybe in the fall, and I keep pushing it off. But you know what? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll take that route when the time is right to rescue a dog.
hopefully he doesn't watch the show.
Who?
Your son.
Oh, my kids don't watch the show. Kids don't even know what to do. I said, did you guys watch Mumsy today? They're like,
No.
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 Okay. All right, fine.
Shooter McGavin. No.
All right, we've got a few things on the agenda for today. Sue Police giving statements on Carmen's Way presence. APH is advising of a potential low risk on the transit.
Yeah.
We've got some provincial news we would like to share with you as well. Police and APH have both responded to the Jamestown article, which is extremely interesting, so don't go anywhere. We do have in-depth conversation.
Yeah,
On
for
that,
sure.
I'll call it a conversation. But
Zesty.
before we do that and get into the nuts and bolts of this morning show, let's go over to Craig and find out what the weather's gonna be like today.
Am I able to?
And thank
go
you
and
very
grab them?
much. I'm just waiting for my monitor to come up here so I can show you what's going on. But today is it's going to be a humid day. We have temperatures around 24, but the humidex will be about 31 later on this afternoon as we pick up some pretty strong winds from the southwest and southeast. For today, we'll take a look outside, Mike, or is that where we're going? We will go outside. We're taking a look at the St. Mary's River and the marina downtown, and it's a beautiful, calm morning right now. A little bit of cloudiness. We did see a little bit of peak of sun just a little while ago, but don't anticipate to see a lot of sun today because we do have a lot of cloudiness, so we'll show you that on the radar coming up right here. We do have a little band of rain trying to come in later on this morning. It's going to give us some drizzle, maybe some light showers. Pretty much the same story as we had yesterday. We're in and out of drizzle for most of the day and just seeing mainly cloudy conditions for our day today. We'll take a look at the 12-hour forecast. This is what your day is shaping up like. Not bad temperature-wise. Again, it's going to feel a little more humid out there as we start seeing some warm winds come up from the southeast today, and that's going to just pump up a lot of humidity into the area. So it's going to feel like 31 later on this afternoon, and we will take a look at your 3-day forecast coming up, and we'll touch on the long weekend coming up too. We'll do that in just a bit. Right now, let's send it back to Heidi and Colette.
Thank you, Mr. Craigers, Mr. Weather Specialist.
I just about fell off my chair.
Mr. Vanderbar. Yes, we did.
I'm so excited today just to be here that I fell off my chair. I feel kind of wacky, kind of cray-cray.
Because it's payday, and it's baby bonus day, and it's Freshie eating for lunch today.
And we're so close to the long weekend. Just a reminder that Monday you will be Colette and Heidi free.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
They're cheering in production. They're cheering.
Now
That's
everybody's
rude.
going to rush out and start buying toilet paper in like mass quantities. Like, no Colette and Heidi. Oh my God!
What do we do?
Ah.
Also, didn't you say that the LCBOs are open on Monday?
No.
No,
Some
you didn't.
select beer stores will be open, so you do need to check with your local availability.
Oh.
LCBOs will not be open. Thank you very much.
Kevin to the rescue. Kevin rescue.
That's
He's like
okay.
our rescue man every day.
That's okay. So we have
It's
some...
National Kevin Rescue Day.
Okay, so breaking news then. Did you already talk about the Carmen's Way?
No.
Okay, do you want to start with
Sure,
that then?
I'll start with that because I think yours is more important. The more
And mine feeds into the
Yes,
COVID numbers
it
and
does.
everything, so meh.
I'll go first. We've decided. Sioux Police Services can be seen, or were seen, securing a location along Carmen's Way yesterday afternoon. Shortly before 1 p.m., Sioux Online noticed a police presence approximately 100 meters from the south of the railroad tracks in Carmen's Way on the west side of the roadway. Now, I do believe that this was shut down for rail maintenance. So at that point, 3 months, I thought it was shut down.
That's right,
around
yeah,
there. So-
because I initially thought it was road, but then it was rail.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. We reached out to Lincoln Loudet, who is the comms manager for the Sioux Police Services, and his quote was directed back to us as the area near Carmen's Way is being secured as a scene of interest. It is currently under investigation. Details will be released as they become available. Stay tuned. Now, this may have something to do with
Well, there have been...
the action that's been going on in Jamestown. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm
there-
speculating.
Definitely, like, you know, and for us to be more specific in our speculations would be irresponsible because nothing's been confirmed.
You got
so
it.
do stay tuned though, because I've no doubt that we'll be bringing you more
For sure.
up-to-date information.
Now, what
I'm
we do
gonna-
have confirmed are those numbers. What are you doing?
my Heidi senses were tingling. I think we'll have updated information by 1 o'clock. So yeah, I know, right? If I have to.
I don't even.
I don't know what's at the top of the wall and why am I climbing?
Jason
becomes
Momoa
the
is at the
question.
top of the mall. Is that
I'm
Jason
climbing
there?
that wall.
All right.
And then I'm climbing him afterwards.
It's just that kind of baby Friday, kids.
Well, I just mean he's so tall and gargantuan.
is.
Like,
Yes, he
you
is.
know. And his wife is like like Lisa Bonet is petite.
That's who she's married to?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Okay, really quick factoid. Jason Momoa used to watch Lisa Bonet on The Cosby Show when he was a youth. And he made a statement to his parents. He said, I'm going to marry that girl one day.
Oh, well,
and
look
he
at
did.
him go.
And how that happened, because she was married to Lenny Kravitz. I think their relationship ended organically
Yeah.
before she met Jason Momoa. But, you know, I don't know if that's a love story or just passive stalking. But either way, good for you, Lisa Bonet. Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Okay,
All right,
so
COVID
breaking
us.
news then. Algoma Public Health is advising of a potential low-risk exposure to COVID-19 through Sault Ste. Marie Transit. Now, I have some specific dates and times and the routes that are affected, okay? So on May 14th, between the times of 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., second line route number 7. May 14th, between the times of 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Again, second line route 7. May 15th, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Second line route 7. May 15th, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Second line route 7. May 19th, 8:30 a.m. Great Northern Road, route number 2, and then May 19th, 11:30 a.m. second line, route 7. So the actions to take involve self-monitoring for signs and symptoms of COVID-19 for 14 days from potential exposure, self-isolation immediately if symptoms develop, and to seek testing if symptoms do occur. Now, in the article that is posted to our website, all of this information is repeated, including definitions, because I think sometimes we can say the word self-monitor, self-isolate, and and not really understand fully.
Yeah.
But monitoring does not necessarily mean isolation. It means you're just kind of being aware of your overall physicality, and isolation is when, you need to kind of remove yourself from the flow of your life, okay? So from there, we're going to pop right into the COVID numbers. Algoma Public Health is reporting, 4 new cases of COVID-19 today, okay? And they have, this is all messed up. Okay, so 4 new cases, and this is just going to keep, here we go.
Okay.
4 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, all from the Siouan area, all listing cause of exposure as unknown. Cases 374 through 377 are all reported to be self-isolating, okay? And that means that Algoma regions with COVID-19 cases reported in the past 10 days include Sault Ste. Marie and area, Central and East Algoma, Elliott Lake and area. So that's
Okay.
that brings us up to date with regards to that. And I'll
Awesome.
go back over to you, lady.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Ontario government, like I did mention this yesterday, that Minister Elliott and Premier Ford made a statement on Tuesday in different sections saying that we will have some notifications of things reopening. They are hinting at a new reopening plan, which will shift away from what I was talking about that framework, about the different color-coded frameworks per region, depending on the health unit. The Ontario government did hint that the province will move away from that, and it has pushed in the past to lift the public health restrictions, instead pursue a sector-by-sector reopening strategy. Solicitor, which is a great idea, that let's start with the restaurants, the bars, let's start with the parks or whatever. There's Queen's Park, good old Queen's Park. Solicitor General Sylvia Jones made the comment to reporters at Queen's Park on Wednesday. It comes on the heels of Ministry of Health confirming that they will not revive the color-coded framework. The Minister of Health has suggested that they're going to be moving away from the regionalization approach. We know that happens in people move and are more likely to move from place to place as opposed to staying within their region. So it hasn't worked in the past. So it's great that they're implementing new procedures, new ideas. The PC government has previously imposed business closures and other public health restrictions out by region. That approach has at times resulted in some businesses being allowed to operate in the path of the GTA. Health Minister Christine Elliott has said that her government plans to provide the public with the full reopening soon. I have heard that it might be later today.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow, so I'm hoping it's going to be today. With regards to the long weekend, I know that they're probably going to start with some recreational things to do, such as golfing, stuff like that. More of an approach where you can just gauge who you're hanging out with, right? But also to that end, they're going to talk about opening patios and restaurants by the end of June. Hopefully, it's a little bit earlier, maybe every 2 weeks. Now, the kiddies, I feel, might be going back to school the week after June 2nd. I think they're gonna do a 2-week approach for things. That's my intel that I have received. So we'll see. The kiddies might be going back for a couple weeks.
Let's send them back for a couple of weeks because that.
See you, Dante. Bye-bye. Have fun on the bus.
Yes. Well, suddenly my gas budget is going to
Holy, my grocery budget. Those kids don't stop eating. Stop eating the cereal bars and peanut butter and chips.
Oh my God.
Anyways, what else? We got 1 minute to commercial. Do you have a story you want to bang?
Let's just, because it's Baby Friday and I'm just
Factoid.
feeling kind of crazy, let's throw a factoid into the
Okay.
mix. Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
So on this date, May 20th, 1966, we're going to talk about
66.
The Who.
Oh, I love the Who.
Right?
The Who?
The Who.
Who's that? The what? Who?
Okay.
I love the Who.
Look at them.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at them.
the Who's one of my favorites.
Pete Townsend, Townsend,
Yeah.
and Roger Daltrey of the Who grew tired of waiting for John Entwistle and Keith Moon to arrive for their gig at the Ricky Tick Club in Windsor, England. So they took the stage with the bass player and drummer of the local band that opened the show. When Moon and Entwistle finally arrived in the middle of the set, a fight broke out, with Townsend hitting Moon on the head with his guitar.
Oh.
Moon and Entwistle quit the band and then rejoined a week later.
I'm glad they
Hair
did.
flip.
Hair flip, right? I'm glad
That's it, you guys. You started without us. I quit.
Me.
Can I come back now?
Yeah, two between their legs. Well, I'm glad that they did because the Who are amazing. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Okay, like I said, we've got some more deets coming back up. We've got some impaired driving charges. We want to talk to you a little bit about the response from APH with regards to Jamestown.
And Perdita.
Perdita. Da, 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 da. We'll be back right after this.
COVID-19 is a serious health threat. When you touch things like gas pumps, door handles, or someone else's cell phone, you can spread the virus, even if you don't have symptoms. Don't put lives at risk. Wash your hands. Stay 2 meters apart. That's a distance of 2 arms lengths. And if you're sick, stay home to save lives. A message from the Government of Canada.
The COVID-19 pandemic in Canada is serious. We must continue to practice all public health measures. Follow local guidelines for gatherings. Maintain physical distancing. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and download the COVID Alert app. If you have symptoms, even mild ones, stay home. Protect yourself and others. We've come too far to stop now.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Town coming back?
Yes, hello, welcome back. It is Thursday, May the 20th. You're with Heidi and Colette on this fine baby Friday morning. Let's get right into that Jamestown story so we can have this conversation, because I feel that it's going to be a long one.
Well, I mean,
it's an important one, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but I want to give it the proper amount of time, as well as I'm sure that there's going to be people who want to comment on that for social media.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, first of all, we did report yesterday that there was some conversation, right? A question was put over to the Sault Police Services, and they did indicate, because I can hear your voice reading the story. Yeah, they did indicate.
I got it in your head, eh?
They did indicate that the pop-up site, the harm reduction site, did not fall under their purview.
Correct.
But rather would come under the guidance of Algoma Public Health. Well, now Algoma Public Health has come back and responded to our inquiry. And they have said, so Leo Vecchio, who is the communications manager for Algoma Public Health, did respond to the Sault Police statement with one of Algoma Public Health's own comments. This site is not sanctioned by Algoma Public Health, and we do not have the authority to approve safe consumption sites, says Vecchio in an email. We continue to emphasize the importance of harm reduction and treatment services for people who use substances, and the need to avoid stigmatizing this group or the health issue. We encourage all citizens and community partners to engage in appropriate community consultations, follow the law and COVID-19 precautions when supporting people who use substances. He then admits that our mortality rate due to drug use is significantly higher during the pandemic. Also, you hit on that yesterday.
Yep.
So he did say in a statement they were significantly higher compared to the pre-pandemic numbers. Addressing this health issue requires a comprehensive community effort. At this time, Algoma Public Health offers harm reduction services, including needle exchange. We do have hyperlinks to those specific tidbits of information embedded into the article, so please do go to our website for more information on that. Okay. And stay with us, as I'm sure, to your point, there's going to be a lot of discussion. There's going to be a lot more because the police are saying it's not ours.
That's where I was just going to say.
Algoma Public Health is saying we don't have the authority. So I guess the question then comes to my mind, well, who's in charge?
Well, this is not an issue or an area in which a blurred line should occur. There needs to be, it's black and white. Someone needs to take the reins. So, you know what? The good thing about this is the conversation started. Maybe that's all they needed to figure out who is in charge of that. So let's try and keep things positive. So just further to the article that I was discussing with you before the break about opening the province back up, we do have some facts, some data. Love me some data as to why we're doing this. So I just wanted to share that with you. Really going back to, as yesterday, there were only 1,401 people with COVID-related illnesses in hospitals, while 735 were being treated in intensive care units. So those numbers have dropped drastically. Overall, daily admissions to ICUs continue a downward trend that began roughly at the beginning of May. But many hospitals are still under extreme pressure. The additional deaths pushed the toll to 8,525 in the province. So public health units collectively administered 145,000 more doses of COVID-19 vaccines. So the numbers in the ICUs are dropping significantly, which, as you know, when they talked about the second and third wave, there was more issues around hospital space and helping frontline workers. Junie says the province could open tennis courts, soccer fields, playgrounds, and such venues for people to, well, playgrounds are open, but certain other playgrounds, I guess maybe more of a splash pads or something like that. I don't know if they're open.
Okay.
for people to get outdoors. Now, with the long weekend coming, I'm hoping they're going to open these restrictions this weekend just to see how things go. And like I said, I'll probably do it in a 2-week block. So the next 2-week block will be schools, which they did address, could be back in by the beginning of June. So I just wanted to clarify some numbers as to why they were doing that.
Okay.
And yeah, so I don't know. I've got a little bit about hospitals can resume their non-urgent surgeries as well, since the cases are dropping in Ontario. So this is really good news for a lot of people.
Yes.
The province's top doctor in a memo said that he's rescinding an emergency order issued April 20th that told hospitals to temporarily cease the procedures amid an onslaught of cases. He says some of the province's hospitals now have capacity to resume all these canceled procedures.
Okay.
This is really good news. A spokeswoman for Health Minister Christine Elliott says the resumption of non-urgent procedures won't be uniform across the province.
Okay.
But, maybe here at SAH, perhaps, because our numbers are low, maybe we can bring ours up.
Well, and I think I can speak to that. There is a friend of mine who I don't know, in what category like joint surgery would fall under, but I do know that a contact of mine has been brought in for knee surgery. So
good. There you
yeah.
go. That's great.
And to that point, I forgot to give you guys the rolling totals.
Oh,
I
way to go,
apologize.
Heidi.
I have
Way
them
to go.
here. So really quickly, going back to our COVID numbers locally, we have administered 140,442 tests locally, out of which we have confirmed 377 cases. 31 of those are considered to be active in this moment. Currently, only one Algoma resident is in hospital. We have resolved 346 cases, and we have screened positive for variants of concern 85 cases. So there you go. So that kind of supports that notion that
we support each other, don't we?
We do, that deciding when to kind of roll out information is such an awesome responsibility.
Roll out. Okay, let's get on to some impaired drinking driving charges. Yesterday we talked about a story of a man who fell asleep in his car. Today we're going to talk about a guy who hit a tree. So on May the 18th, which was 2 days ago, officers with patrol services charged 62-year-old Brian Sweeney with impaired driving due to alcohol and or drugs. I never quite know that until we get to the bottom. At 6:33 p.m., officers responded to a call of a vehicle striking a tree in the area of Willoughby and Allard Street.
Okay.
When officers arrived, the accused was being treated by paramedics. Upon speaking with the accused, officers developed grounds to believe his ability to operate the motor vehicle was impaired by alcohol. The accused provided breath samples into a registered device and registered a failed result. He is charged with impaired driving. 80 plus was his blood concentration level, and dangerous operation. He will be in court on June 21st to deal with those charges.
Okay. Well, we do have a missing person locally. Police is requesting the assistance of the public to locate 46-year-old Stephen Smith. Okay, so Mr. Smith was last seen on May 14th, 2021 in the area of Turner Avenue.
Okay, there's a picture there.
He is described as 6'2". He is of average build and weighs approximately 180 pounds. So anyone with information on his whereabouts is urged to please contact Sault Ste. Marie Police at 949-6300.
Okay. We're going to go over to Ottawa for a little minute and talk about the man with the hair. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is suggesting that 3/4 of Canadians will need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 before we can even think about opening those borders. Trudeau acknowledges, no, I guess not by air, but by land. Trudeau acknowledges that discussions about the borders are ongoing, but there's his hair, but he's tamping down any expectations that travel restrictions could be lifted soon. Discretionary travel between Canada and the U.S. has been prohibited since March of 2020, a restriction that will be extended into June before the end of the week. Trudeau says Canada is still not out of the current third wave of COVID-19 and does have much more work to do before we lift these travel restrictions, which is a blistering contrast with what the U.S. vaccination pace has prompted public health to lift face masks, and yet Canada is still not 75% vaccinated. That has some U.S. lawmakers urging the Biden administration to get serious about drafting a plan to allow travel to and from Canada to resume in time for the July 4th holiday. So we even have the Americans helping us out. Make America great again.
La MAGA.
La mega.
Okay, well, you know what? It's funny. Like, I mean, it's just like today is such a day of synchronicity because that story feeds into my next story.
Come on.
We had initially reported.
It's like we've done it on purpose.
Late last week, I think we were, I was like, oh, look at this. The Canadian government says that we can go to the States to get a vaccination and we won't be required to quarantine upon return. Now there were some circumstances under which you would be permitted to do this, and you had to have an essential reason. And according to the Canadian government, obtaining a COVID-19 vaccination was an essential reason.
Okay.
Well,
my shirt here.
U.S. Border Agency said, nah, hang on a second. Wait a minute.
We didn't get a say in this. Okay.
COVID vaccination is not essential. Canadians could be denied entry, okay? So they're attempting now to clarify reports that the vaccine may be considered an essential medical service.
Should be.
So in a statement, so that statement from the Public Health Agency of Canada, statement late Wednesday from the Public Health Agency of Canada said quarantine exemptions now in place are not intended for those traveling abroad to get vaccinated against the coronavirus disease.
Okay.
So right there is a change in the dialogue.
Language,
okay?
yeah, for sure.
So, and testing and quarantine exemptions for travelers returning to Canada after receiving essential medical services in a foreign country was not intended to be used for those seeking to receive a COVID-19 vaccination, okay? So the statement attempts to clarify reports earlier that the vaccine may be considered an essential medical service and Canadians crossing the border could be exempt from the 14-day quarantine upon return. Now, the U.S., so this is where the border agency comes in.
Those border agencies.
I know. Oh!
Yeah, they're so angry too.
Uniquely humorless, I'm going to say that.
Right? They don't like the giggle.
Remind me to come back to a story about my history teacher. Okay.
I have one too.
So on Wednesday, the U.S. Customs Border, and it'd be interesting to know who said it first. On Wednesday, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection said Canadians attempting to drive across the American border solely for a COVID-19 vaccination, even with a doctor's referral, would be denied entry. Travel for the sole purpose of obtaining a vaccination is not permissible under current travel restrictions. Okay. So like I said, it'd be kind of interesting to know, did U.S. Border speak up first and then Canada Public Health said, meh, well, fine then. If you're still going to go over and get it, then you have to do your quarantine when you come back.
Well, I don't know. But further to that story is another story that we have here, and then we're going to throw to a commercial break, about Michigan hospitals hopes to offer surplus vaccines to Canadians in We are in sync today, lady.
We are.
The Chippewa County War Memorial Hospital in Sault Ste. Marie, Mich, is hoping to share unused vaccines with Canadians. Hospital administration has been working for the past month to use the surplus. He says there are between 40 and 50 Canadians working at the Michigan hospital. And it seems like, hey, this is a good idea. Let's share the extra vaccines with their family members across that border. Coordinating the move while consulting with 2 health departments and 2 governments has taken some time. Now, I don't know if anybody has been privy to the government passing anything, but I will tell you, it's definitely not a quick process. So the fact that there's health units and borders and 2 governments and 2 countries, wow. We'll be right back after this commercial break. It'll be a lot faster for that.
I was going to say, it feels like passing a kidney stone.
Inches fake. Home to Lola bounds. This large male sports a wig trimming black fur asserts dominance over.
You don't need a media monkey to make healthy choices. Think for yourself. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Hi, Mike Holmes here with some advice that could save your life. I'm talking about radon. It's the #2 cause of lung cancer in Canada. Radon is radioactive gas that comes from the ground. You can't see or smell it, but almost every home has it. The question is, how much? Protect your family. Get your home tested. It's easy. And if you have high levels, a certified radon professional can reduce it for a reasonable cost. Make it right. Find out more at takeactiononradon.ca.
Welcome back to First Local Mornings with Heidi and Colette.
Good morning.
Is Baby Friday.
Baby Friday, y'all.
May 20th. We are experiencing an influx of synchronicities such as would dazzle even the most staid of personalities.
Yeah.
Now,
sure
speaking of staid personalities and
Craig or the
consistent
bird?
behavior.
Oh.
Well, I would say the birds are more predictable as wild animals. Let's take a
100%.
shot. So for those of you who don't know, yesterday we broke the news
Yes, we
that
did.
the peregrine falcon, who's been sitting on her little brood of eggs, hatched them. And not only did we get to see the babies,
Yeah.
we got to see the spouse.
The husband.
The masculine feathered bird who had no, well, I guess most birds are feathered.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know.
All birds would be feathered. I think that's why they're birds. Let's just check on Perdita at the moment while Heidi swears under her
Recovers.
breath. Okay. Oh, there she is. Now, are we looking at the man or the woman? Like, I don't know. What is there a gender reveal going on right now? I don't know. You
Stocky
think Michael
and
in production
muscular?
feels it looks more stocky and muscular?
I think so.
Now, yesterday we did see the little two. There was another little egg still there, though, right?
Well, yeah, it was just because initially I'm pretty sure we saw 3 eggs. There are 2 hatchlings,
Yeah.
and then 1 egg, I believe, remains. Now she does still appear to be sheltering it.
Yeah, yesterday she-
And again, as I had mentioned, that the hatching period is like the gestation is between 29 to 32 days, but it starts the moment the egg leaves the body. So depending on when
okay.
Perdita, I don't know, for want of a better word, squeezed it out.
I was gonna say past the egg, but squeezed it out.
Well, she didn't really
too.
pass it. I'm sure there's some.
I know, but I'm just trying to be a little more gentler with the.
Well, some measure
division,
of
the
effort was
illustration.
required. I don't know. I was
Absolutely, it's like passing a kidney stone, like you said.
well.
Although
Painful and
men like, oh, I've
protracted.
got a kidney stone. Have a baby. Anyway, speaking of baby, go to you, Craig. What's going on today?
Thank you very much. Well, we have another day just like yesterday, except going to feel a little more muggy today because we do have some humid air heading our way. And we'll see that in the form of some showers coming in later on today, but only small showers. We're just watching this wave marching its way into the Sault area. Again, it's just some broken showers, maybe some drizzles, a couple of pockets of some heavier showers. That's moving in for our morning. And then we're just going to sit with some cloud and some humid conditions. These are the temperatures for today, 24 degrees here in the Sault. With the humidex, it's going to feel like 31 out there this afternoon, 23 in Mackinac, 16 in Thunder Bay, 27 with thunderstorms in Timmins this morning. So all seeing these nice temperatures, and this is the reason why we have that high pressure system sitting off the eastern seaboard. And again, that's pumping up all this warm air and humid air. All this is humidity and some light rain showers. And that's kind of rolling into the area. But again, it's going to be a broken pattern. Nothing really solid and heavy as far as these showers go. There will be some winds picking up from the southeast today, gusting to about 50 kilometers an hour, and that's just that warm air being pushed in our way. As far as your next 3 days, looks like this. Today, a mix of sun and cloud, mainly cloudy conditions. We do have those threats of showers moving in and out of our day today. 24 for your high, 22 for Friday. Again, another broken shower pattern with mainly cloudy conditions and some humidity added into the mix. And then for Saturday, we hopefully will see some sun on Saturday. Temperature's not bad at 24. We'll touch on the long weekend coming up at the end of the show. Right now, let's send it back to Heidi and Colette.
Thank you, Craig. Now, I think we heard him say 31 degrees with the humi, and I'm not too sure. I'm a big, I love the humidity. Like, bring on that heat when you feel like you're walking to a bowl of soup. I love that. That's a Southern Ontario thing. What's going on? Are you passing a
humidity.
stone?
No, humidity.
Oh, really?
Like,
You don't love it? I love the humidity. When it gets your hair all like, what it looks like today. I love it.
Well.
Okay, why don't we dive into social media? see what our viewers are doing today on this fine Baby Friday.
See here, I'm reaching into the void. I no longer can get it all on the video feed, so I actually go into Facebook manually. Just for those of you who are curious as to my process, because I know you're all wondering, is she like just being rude and texting? She's not. She's making sure nobody gets left behind.
Well, that's nice, Heidi.
So, Jim Whitty.
First up to the punch.
Pops in, first to the punch. Good morning. Heidi's motto, life begins after coffee. Well, certainly it's a better day when it does, yes. I will give you that, and I won't even give it to you grudgingly. I will wholeheartedly embrace that. I really do like coffee, and the day flows much better when I've had at least one cup. So, Mark Jordan says, hello.
Oh,
it's just like hello with a period.
That was very
Did
lackluster.
you watch our tribute to
Hello.
Did you watch our tribute to you the other
maybe
day?
he's too big for his boots now.
I don't know.
Right?
He sends a few pictures. You know, we do a whole segment on it, and I don't even get anything. Not
Just hello.
Well, he did tell me that they witnessed a few turtles who had been cruelly treated by vehicles. So he was sad about that. So
I wanted a little fact on that. I wanted to get Dante a turtle for Christmas. It was more of a selfish gift because I really wanted a turtle.
Well, they're cute. I like the little mouth.
You cannot find a turtle in Sault Ste. Marie, and to order one was going to cost me like I'm thinking I get $50. You know, no, not $50. Very expensive.
I see Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, Ashley. Is Tamarack there? I see Tamarack. I see Colette. I see Ashley.
Ashley has said some kind things to me.
What do you mean to you?
Through a common friend. So I wanted to say thank you, Ashley. I appreciate the feedback, and I look forward to one day meeting you. Now, she's got some interesting emojis. There's like a little kind of like the emoji with the tiny eye and the big eye with the tongue sticking out. That sort of thing. And then she's got a little walking person, and then an ellipsis, which is, you know, a series of dots.
Thank you. I always see that word and not
and then
many
a
people know
squirrel, and then hi. So,
hi.
Oh no, sorry, not a squirrel, a chipmunk. Chipmunk.
I love chipmunks. Hey, I don't know, Ashley, if you missed it yesterday, but Friends is coming out pretty soon. I know we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
With a little about there, but yeah. Hi, Ashley.
No, Mike, it's not a squirrel. It's a chipmunk. I've got it right here in front of me.
Okay.
What?
Squirrel. Doesn't matter. Go on. We don't need to satisfy the men.
Look at it.
That looks like a chipmunk, and
It's
even
a
if it
chipmunk,
didn't, I was gonna say it would look like a chipmunk because that's how we roll. All right, what's going on next?
Don't make me bring up comparison shots of a squirrel and a chipmunk, because if I can do it with Rami Malek and Freddie Mercury, I can do it for rodents.
Yeah, who pissed her off? Okay, keep going. Don't worry about them.
Good morning, Margaret.
Oh my God.
Margaret says good morning, all with a lovely sunshine. Don't mess with a Scorpio.
No.
We'll kill you, but we'll do it with a smile.
Okay.
Oh, Aries, Aries. Are you an Aries? Oh, okay.
What did you think I was?
I haven't any idea.
Go on. Don't worry about the year.
Mike Adams, Costa Rica.
Hey, Costa Rica.
Palm trees, sunshine. Good morning with 2 cups of Costa Rican coffee.
Nice.
Marilyn Trumbull says, good morning, everybody. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. 2 cups of coffee, the little emoji with the mask, the smiley emoji, the kitty emoji, and 2 red tulips. Oh, new name, Debbie Clayton. Hello, Debbie.
Morning, Debbie.
Welcome, and we're really happy to see your name here.
Yeah, for sure.
And good morning to you. Thank you for popping in and watching. Merci beaucoup.
Good morning.
I love seeing you in the morning with the gratitude and the purple heart. Well, thank you very much.
That is so nice.
You're very kind. Yes. Kimberly, good morning, lovely ladies, and the whole First Local Morning community. From me, the R Dog, and the R Man.
Oh, Rick, very nice.
Rick, hello, Rick. Thank you for watching. And Rufus. Rufus.
Oh, what a cute name for a dog.
He's adorable. Rufus is very handsome.
We saw the picture. He looks super cute.
Very
as
handsome.
He came back from getting his coat.
Steve Childs. GBFM. Now I got it. EYD. Good baby Friday morning. Enjoy your day.
Yes. Can I just say again how happy I am that everybody knows it's Baby Friday here in Northern Ontario, because that was a Hamilton thing.
Even in the Netherlands.
And even in the Netherlands. Like every time I hear it say, or someone call him Craig Craigers, it elevates me a little bit. But thank you.
Giselle says,
oh, geez, watching.
Good morning, everyone, with the open mouth smiley, like, and 3 cups of coffee. Enika says, good morning, everyone. Have a great Baby Friday. Enika is our watcher, our viewer in the Netherlands.
Yes, she's always eating something fantastic.
This morning, it's just like the open mouth smile with a wave and a couple of cups of coffee.
She ripped out a Baby Friday, so it's good in my book.
Pauline from Echo Bay says, good morning and happy Thursday with 2 cups of coffee. Ooh, bacon and eggs.
Oh, yes, that's my
Pauline,
weekend.
What time should I be there?
Yeah, right? What do you mean, I? It's we. We're together. We're
sorry. Yes. Do you have bacon and eggs to go around?
She's not getting it. Heidi gets it, I get it.
Yes. Okay. Marcello Goulart, new name.
New name.
Good morning to you. Thank you for watching. These lovely ladies are helping to improve my English.
Oh, that's so
thank
nice.
you. Yes, yes. We like to help. And,
See, I told you should do your word of the day. That'll really help them.
yes.
Right? Because she's got great words. She really does.
I have a lot of words. I have
a lot of bad words, too.
Yes, well.
But they're still good.
Words are words.
She's clearing her throat chakras, remember?
That's right. And we'll talk about that. That's
Another day, another day, Marcella, but thank you very much for being here with us.
Tony says, good morning, everyone.
Tony.
Great start to the day. 2 cups of coffee and 2 okays. Andrew Smith. Hello, Andrew. Good morning, ladies. Have a great day. You as well. Carl Gray from down in Fergus.
Why did we say that when we do that? I don't know. It's a thing now. It's a thing, Carl. You have to get used to it, right? Good morning, Mr. Gray.
He says, have a great... And every time you say, good morning, Mr. Gray, it's like, Mr. Gray, we'll see you now.
50 shades of those grays.
Okay, have a great Thursday. Have a great Thursday as well, Carl. We're that much closer to the long weekend.
Thank God.
Kimberly, and happy National Caesar Day. It's the Thursday before
Caesars.
Victoria Day each year. Wow.
Okay, well, we need to get on that. I love Caesars. That's a meal. That's a meal. You know, you get a piece of celery, you get a piece of meat.
Sure.
It's amazing.
Some of them can be like, you know, you got to see my sister Aspen pop out a Caesar. Like, I mean, anybody can make a Caesar, but hers are like, they should be photographed. And,
send one.
Yeah.
Send us one, Aspen, if you're watching.
Yeah, Aspen, send us. You've taken pictures of them. Send us a picture.
Us one.
She's back to work though now. She works for Parks Canada. She's a locks keeper, so she is back on duty.
You said duty.
I did, yes. So
duty.
Should we do? We'll do another. I'll try to my next factoid.
Sure. Let's rip it out, and then we can talk about electric vehicles when we get back. They're gaining traction.
Now Mike Adams is watching from Costa Rica, and the connection that Mike Adams and I have in common is Joe Tarbox, North Carolina. Okay. Joe Tarbox is a huge Beatles fan. Mike, I don't know that of you. Maybe you are, maybe you are not. But Joe Tarbox, huge Beatles fan.
Okay.
This one's for you, buddy, although I don't see you on today, and we will have a discussion about that, but that's,
oh my God.
That's later. Okay.
Run, Tarbox, run.
This date in 1968, May 20th, 1968, the Beatles, armed with a bunch of new songs after their visit to India, met at George Harrison's home in Esher, Surrey. They taped 23 new songs on George's 4-track recorder.
Come on.
Many of which would end up on the Beatles' next 2 albums, those being the White Album and Abbey Road.
What? Just 2 small little albums put out by the Beatles.
I know, right?
Holy.
Now, the demos include Cry Baby Cry, Revolution, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Blackbird, and Child of Nature, a Lennon song that actually became Jealous Guy.
Come on. Yeah. Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
So
anyway, I guess I should probably sing.
Just popping off 23 songs of that caliber. Like, wow.
We call it a revolution. I love the Beatles. Well, thank you, Heidi. What would we do without your factoids? I love them. And we will be coming back with a little bit more about the Olympics. The IOC are meeting over the next few days to talk about that in Japan. The Toronto Maple Leafs played that silly hockey team with the toilet seat on their jersey tonight, game 1. We'll talk about that. We'll be right back after this break.
What's your thing? Books. Everybody's got to have a thing.
My thing's sound effects. Here's a T-Rex.
good at everything. Everybody's good at something. What's your thing?
Okay. Okay, good morning and welcome back to First Local Mornings with
Good morning.
Colette and Heidi.
What do you forget my name? It's right there.
With her
and this,
me.
this and that.
And, you know, we got it going on. We're going to go back into social media because, you know, my phone just kind of went like, whoop, and there's a few more people, and I like to acknowledge everybody because that's just a part of who I am.
Yes, it is.
Joseph, my buddy at Maker North. Yesterday was Riley's birthday. Riley is his right hand. I did demand to know if the cake was being 3D printed. He did tag me in a photo. No, there was an actual cake of the edible kind.
Nice.
So again, belated happy birthday to you, Riley. And Joseph, always great. I love that you watch. Thank you very much.
Me too. Hi, Joseph.
Your parents, your outfits blend in with the backdrop.
Yes,
and that's not an accident. Like, we actually spend, 3, 4, 10 hours every night kind of coordinating our look and our hair the next day. It was only mildly disconcerting when they surprised us with it.
The background. But like I was telling you yesterday, Jacob Moore Eggs is he's off for a couple days, as he's very deserving for that. He works his butt off. But we had to do our sports, and we had to make it like Fridays is coming out tomorrow, so I had to wear an outfit for that. And I wear an outfit for today's new, and had to wear an outfit. It was very confusing. I did 3 wardrobe changes yesterday. Very confusing.
You're bringing people behind the veil.
Yes, but nobody heard that. That's the secret.
Right. You didn't hear that.
I don't know
the
why.
Men in Black will appear with their flashers there to erase your memories. So
good one, Heidi.
I know, right? I am a pop culture reference.
You really
it's true. All right, so Justin Robinson. Now, I don't know that I've seen your name before.
No, good morning, Justin.
Justin Robinson.
We love our Justins, the Beebs, the Timbers,
well,
the Robinsons.
The Timbers for sure. The Robinsons, yes.
You know what? Get on the. Come on.
He always just looks sweaty and sad.
Sweaty.
Anyway, Justin Robinson says, good morning, everyone. He's offered up a coniferous tree, a green heart, and a white heart. So, yes.
Is he Irish, perhaps?
Maybe. I don't know. Like,
green
are the
and white.
conifers associated with
the green
the
and
Irish?
white. I was going with the green and white.
Oh,
like
sorry.
Or Glasgow
okay,
Celtic
okay,
fans.
okay.
Perhaps.
Jacob. Eggs,
Jacob.
And go Leafs go.
Go
Yes,
Leafs go,
Jacob.
buddy. Ooh, ooh.
You're absolutely right, Jacob. Eggs.
Oh, Jacob and I are super excited for today.
Rohit. Good morning to you, ladies, and offering up a bouquet of flowers. Good morning to you.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Ashley, and it's for the imagination to decide whether it's a squirrel or chipmunk.
Yes,
different
that's
strokes
right.
for folks.
Different strokes.
And that's okay. And that's a silly walk for you, Heidi. Hi to you, or for you, H. Hi to you too, C. A silly walk. I ought to have known, of course, the silly walk being a nod to Monty Python, one of my all-time favorite troops. So thank you, Ashley.
I'm so glad
I see
you're here
that we
with us
have
today.
much in common.
Yeah.
And Marcello pops up to say thank you. Well, thank you for watching.
You are welcome. And you are is YOU''RE. Now, Heidi and I are very big on our grammar, so
yes.
We're just helping you with your English. You're welcome.
Yes.
Let's go to Tokyo for a second, shall we? The International Olympic Committee and Tokyo champion organizers started a 3-day virtual meeting yesterday, which will run into some of the strongest medical community opposition so far with results to the games being open in just over 8 weeks. These games were canceled last year. You're not going to faze me with those googly eyes. The meetings are headed by IOC Vice President John Coates, who will attempt to again assure the Japanese population that the games will be safe and secure. Much of Japan, including Tokyo and Osaka, is under a state of emergency presently, which it forced IOC President Thomas Bach to cancel a trip to Japan this month. Sorry, Heidi did throw me up there. You beat me. Only Olympics is running 60 to 80% in numerous polls. In one of the strongest statements so far, the 6,000-member Tokyo Medical Practitioners Association called for the Olympics to be canceled in a letter sent to the Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga. Yoshihide Suga.
Oh, that's right. We were practicing that yesterday.
Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga. The Olympics are to open on July 23rd. The Paralympics are to follow on August the 24th. They are a financial imperative for the IOC, which derives about 75% of its incomes from selling television rights and advertising and sponsorship. So, to date, Japan has officially spent $15.4 billion US to organize the Olympics, although government audits suggest the figure is actually much higher than that. And that's all I have to say on the Olympics. I don't even know I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I'm a big Olympic, obviously we like to watch everything that goes on across the world and celebrate all our athletes, but I don't know if this is the best use of their time. But we will find out what they decide in a couple days. Now, over to you, Mr. Huckerby.
Thanks again. And in the last hour, we've had a change in our forecast for today. We're going to pull the showers out, and also those strong winds I was telling you about, those are going to be held back until tomorrow. Today is going to be a little breezy, still going to be humid and a mix of sun and cloud, but for the most part, we're going to stay dry for our day. So we'll take a look now at the 12-hour forecast, and again, we're going to pull those showers out. Those showers will redevelop late this evening into the overnight period, but temperatures holding pretty nice. And yes, it will feel like close to 31 degrees out there today just because of the humidity. It's not going to be like a hot and sweaty kind of day, but it's going to be like an uncomfortable muggy day, especially late this afternoon. I'll touch on your 7-day forecast coming up at 1 o'clock and also at 5 o'clock. It's not looking all that bad for your holiday Monday, but I'll get to that later on today. Back to you guys.
I'll let you handle it.
Well, thank you very much, Craig. Now, we do have a couple images we might want to share that Mike's queuing up shortly. But before we get to that, do you want to talk a little bit about this virtual learning interview that I did the other day? We discussed it yesterday with regards to screen burnout for our beautiful children who are going back on that school bus hopefully soon. Students are, but like I said, currently they are online. They are enrolling in summer school programs, some of them, because they're concerned with the educational gap that we talked about yesterday. Another new slogan such as flatten the curve, education gap, shovel ready, another government. What am I? Okay, so Alicia Kuzner is a teacher and course developer at Ontario Virtual School, and she discussed with me some tips for parents to help that burnout for our kids.
I find that with elementary, they need a lot more body breaks. And when they were in class, teachers did structure their lessons around their need to move, right? When I was an elementary teacher, my rule was that you take their age and you cut it in half, and that's how long your lesson should be. So if they're 8 years old, the lesson should be 4 minutes, because they're not going to be able to hold attention for more than 4 minutes, you know. And at least when they get older, the concentration gets a little bit better. But having these little body breaks or standing desks even, or in my classroom before, when we were switching to more online learning, I was encouraging parents to try different types of seats. So, you know, whether it be a yoga ball that they're balancing on and they're wiggling on.
That's a good idea.
What's nice about being at home is that these students can wiggle and they don't distract their peers anymore. So they don't have to sit in a chair. They can sit in like a rocking chair, wiggle, and they don't have to get yelled at, you know, by saying, stop wiggling so much.
My 10-year-old likes to wiggle a lot.
So now they can. They're free to wiggle because you're not distracting the people around you with your wiggling.
In the summertime.
All right, thank you very much. That full interview is going to be airing on TV today at 11 a.m. It is about 6-7 minutes in length, and we do go into a bit of conversation. Now, Alicia is a high school teacher. She was also an elementary school teacher. She has some pretty good tips there, but like I said, her business idea to start this virtual training was just before the pandemic hit. So
amazing foresight. You know, and you did touch on, you know, kids that are going to probably have to engage in some sort of learning support over the summer. I want to take a moment to again recognize Tutor Plus. Founded by Marco Roy locally. It is a service that I am currently using to help close the gaps, the educational gaps being experienced by my youngest daughter. So they are on Facebook. So if you feel like your child does need the extra support, please do reach out to Marco. Fantastic, very compassionate, dedicated man. Now, because again, this baby Friday is just kind of getting away and it's a little bit unpredictable. Some pictures have come in from some of our viewers. Now, I did challenge my sister Aspen to send us a picture of one of her, you know, fantastic Caesars. She did send a picture.
Look at that.
Now that's a Caesar. What do you think about
that? Is that a
that,
burger?
Kim? That's
Is that a
burger.
slider?
That's a slider.
Oh,
Yep.
Aspen.
Look at that. Now, she does say, I didn't make this, but I had it at a restaurant in Aurelia in 2019.
That's okay. Everybody had to Aurelia.
And
I was getting closer. Sorry, you caught me. Anything in my nose?
Now, Kimberly, another of our viewers,
I love this
she
one.
always has a good eye for, you know, funny memes and whatnot. And I, on the break, and good thing was on the break because I cracked up.
Yeah.
So I have a thing with vanity plates. They kind of annoy me.
No.
But anyway, sometimes they go wrong.
A new start. Or you could be an anus tart.
Yeah.
Or be...
So, to some, this reads a new start. To others, it does not.
Or how about a nust art?
Yes. So be very careful when selecting your vanity plates because sometimes your vanity will be injured by your choice.
You can't tell me that person didn't recognize that. Come on.
Some people don't. Some
Anus
people do
tart?
not. A person...
What does that even mean?
Well...
That's another show
I
for
don't
another
know.
day,
I was gonna
Marcello. If you're
say,
watching, don't say that word.
No, no.
Okay, well, why don't we...
And when they do, I'm here to say that when they do finally see what other people are seeing, they're very annoyed by it.
That's
a person in my life once got a vanity plate, but her name is very long.
Yeah.
Her name, Marianne, very long.
Yeah.
She was missing, she couldn't fit her exact spelling on the plate, so she had to drop the A. So I pulled into her driveway, and first thing I said was, "Who's Mr. Ian?" And she said, "Marianne." Marianne.
Like, don't say the M-A-R fast, it's Marianne.
Yeah,
Wow.
but certainly a very special person in my life, and yes.
And yes. Okay, I always feel with vanity plates, like if you're trying to escape or elude the police in any way, or if you've created a parking infraction as such, you know, it's pretty easy to find you. You know what I mean? We've got that person, Mrs. Anus, a new start. Wow. Okay, electric vehicles gain a little traction in Canada. We're going to end up on this because Mike has some awesome video of an F-150 electric vehicle we'd like to share. So electric vehicles gained a little traction last year in Canada, but a bigger boost could follow the introduction of new models, including Ford's F-150 Lightning truck. Oh, I want that. That was to be officially unveiled Wednesday evening. De Rossier's automotive consultant says zero emissions vehicles accounted for 3.52% of Canadian new light vehicle registrations in 2020, which is up from less than 1% in 2016. Sales are highly dependent on financial incentives. Quebec gives out incentives. Demand in Ontario dropped after provincial incentives were removed, though. The federal Liberal government has been offering cash rebates of up to 5 Gs for buying fully electric cars. I know on the 403 and the QE, we do have your HOV lanes, which, you know, if you've got a electric vehicle or you're commuting with more than one person in the vehicle, you can take an extra, a different lane.
HOV? What does that stand for?
Yeah, high occupancy vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it also means that your green vehicles can also travel in there because they do have the little green diamond there as well. Okay. So we did. It does help with the commuting in the morning.
Yeah, no, I was genuinely curious.
Oh yeah, no, it does help, but
hope that didn't come across as a challenge. Whatever.
No.
HOV.
But President Biden apparently test drove the electric F-150 vehicle as well. So way to go. And hello to my brother Kevin, who works at Ford. Me loves ya, me miss ya. We'll be right back at 1 o'clock today. Have a great Baby Friday morning.